According to the files of the Daxing police, the body of Ma Shenpo had been burned to a charred mass, and the villagers confirmed her identity based on the remains. So this is very likely a case of resurrection, and the real Ma Shenpo escaped, so she appeared in the 375 bus case. Even the identity of Zheng Dayi has a vague clue. Not long after Ma Shenpo died, her son and daughter-in-law claimed to take her ashes back to her hometown in Jiangtan to return to her roots, but they have not returned yet. A 3-member family drug trafficking organization has emerged faintly. Ma Shumen excitedly submitted a report and soon applied for a warrant for the 3 people. Seeing that the case was about to be closed, I also returned to the newspaper office and worked overtime to write reports, hoping to analyze the whole case to the public on the first day of the case closing. Recently, rumors of supernatural events have been a hot topic, and they have been spread throughout Beijing. If there is no public explanation, the consequences will be disastrous. The drug gang used drugs to make the night shift driver hallucinate, then hid the drugs in the corpse, used the night bus to complete multiple transactions, and killed people on the last day to silence them, and released a live person to confuse the public. Even the leader of the drug gang, Ma Shenpo, used fake death to escape. This report must attract a lot of attention, I thought, as I wrote. It's a pity that the driver Lao Wang suffered an unexpected disaster just because he changed shifts. But I waited for 2 days, but never got the news of the case closure. How can I send out the report if the police don't close the case? Later, even the editor-in-chief came to ask me about this report, saying that the page was cleared for me. If the report is not published, it can't be left blank, right? I was anxious, so I ran to the Public Security Bureau again, wanting to find Ma Shumen to ask about the situation. But Lao Ma was not in the bureau. I asked for a long time before I blocked Shen Xikeng, who was about to go out on a field trip. Zhao Shen, what's going on? I asked. Why hasn't the case been closed yet? Where did Lao Ma go again? Shen Xikeng looked at me and sighed. Reporter Liu, the case has changed. Team Ma has gone on a mission. The case has changed. Isn't it all clear? I asked again and got a shocking news. It turned out that in this incident, there was a role that had always been overlooked. That is, the ticket seller of bus number 375. Before, because her, the driver and the young couple, the bodies of 4 people were found together on an abandoned bus, the police excluded her from the focus of the investigation. But after issuing the wanted order, the words of the person in charge of the transportation company made Ma Shumen stunned. It's a pity for Zhao Lian. Alas, she has been on night shift for so long. She has never taken a day off. And she was about to be rated as advanced, but who knew that she was gone? Zhao Lian was the night shift ticket seller. Ma Shumen suddenly thought that the night shift driver changed shifts, but the night shift ticket seller did not change. There was only one conductor from the beginning to the end. The original driver was injected with drugs and had hallucinations. But how could the conductor be unaware of it? There was something wrong with her. Shen Xikeng said in annoyance. The most direct judgment is that this conductor was bribed and became a member of the drug trafficking gang. Even the original driver's drugs may have been secretly injected by her. Then go and investigate this conductor Zhao Lian. This is a breakthrough, I couldn't help but say. So Ma went out early in the morning, Shen Xikeng said. He is so mysterious, and it is said that he is going to bring back a trick. Just as he said that, a car suddenly stopped at the door of the Public Security Bureau, and Lao Ma rushed in with a few people carrying boxes, saying as he walked, "The bodies are kept inside, professors. Follow me." I approached curiously. Lao Ma, I heard that you have a trick. Is this it? Ma Shumen smiled proudly. Have you heard of DNA? The most advanced technology in the world. These professors are doing this. I heard that the United States has just begun to apply it, and I guess I am the first batch in China. I wonder who will dare to say that I am uneducated in handling cases in the future. I am in the publicity department, and I always have to know something about the latest news at home and abroad. Of course, I understand things like the internet and DNA, but at this moment, I couldn't help but give a thumbs up. Good, Lao Ma. Keep up with the times. Soon, the DNA test results came out. There were 4 bodies, 2 men and 2 women. The DNA of one of the male bodies, the information is similar to that of the driver Wang Sun, so it is confirmed that it should be the murdered driver himself. The other male corpse is related to one of the female corpses, while the second female corpse is completely independent. But after comparing it with the DNA sample left by the conductor, it is completely different. At this time, this confusing ghost bus case finally has some truth to it, but it is far from the previous inference. We used to think that the 4 corpses whose faces could not be seen clearly belonged to the driver, the conductor, and the young couple. But from the results of the DNA test, the most reasonable possibility is the driver and Ma Shenpo's family of 3. But there should be another corpse. Ma Shenpo's son and daughter-in-law took the one in the middle when they got on the bus wearing military coats. But after a little thought, there is another answer. The corpse contains drugs, and of course, it was taken away by the young couple. The method of driving corpses comes from Ma Shenpo, and their identity as a drug trafficking gang can be basically confirmed. Imagine that after the 3 left Daxing, they hid in downtown Beijing at some point, hiding their identities and even finding jobs. But after all, it's hard to change their nature. They eventually embarked on the old road of drug trafficking and came up with a new way of doing things, such as the last bus. Unfortunately, in the last transaction, they still lost their lives. However, the young couple still surprised me. I thought they were innocent people who were accidentally involved. But now, it seems that they may not only be buyers of large-scale drug transactions, but may even have dealt with Ma Shenpo's family through eating black methods. Withdraw the wanted order, Ma Shuman said, gritting his teeth. I almost got into trouble. Wanted 3 dead people.